Toy Story didn't come to play, they slayed. Child's Play at the box office. All that and more, next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
I was like, wait, I felt like...
What's up, everybody?
I'm like, oh, wait, that's me. Hey, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. I'm your host, Kari Lane, and, well, you know, I'm not Frank, so I think I was waiting for that. I'm like...
I know.
No?
I always thought it was like a sound cue, but it's always him.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then who are you?
I am Amy Cassandra Martinez. Hello.
Yay! And then in the booth, we have...
Hey everybody, it's Brianna in the booth.
Yay! Oh, that is me. I'm sorry.
Woo, that's how
There's
exciting.
the sound cue.
That was the sound cue. Yes, everybody.
Everyone, bring out their guitars.
This is live, and if you're watching live, please join us in the chat. We have some people already there, and I'm trying to close this. There we are.
Everybody.
Yay! Right?
We're going to start a
we're going to talk about
today.
the box office this
Yes.
weekend, and all the numbers. So...
And we're going to do a cool thing that we do.
Yes.
With
So
a
also
P-word.
at the very end, we're going to do what we think the top 5 will be for next week. And you watching live, get a pick which one we're going to vote on. That will be how much it makes as well. So there's 2 things we get to do at the end. All right, there we go. Now we got it all going. Hello, everybody. Thank you for chiming in. All right, let's get into the first one. And not really a big surprise. Not a surprise. Toy Story is number 1 at the box office with $118 million. Are we surprised?
Cha-ching.
No.
No.
Brie?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's one of those like summer movie, Toy Story, huge franchise. Not really a big
Tom
surprise.
Hanks, it's Tim Allen. It's all the stuff from our childhood, of course. It's
Yes.
gonna do well.
And somebody saw it in here.
Yeah.
There. And there.
I saw it as well.
Yeah.
And initial
Bree's raising
quick
her hand as well.
thoughts.
Geez. Take your freaking tissues and take a lot of them. When I thought that I was going to be okay, that's when they just like, whoosh. And people always say like waterfalls, but no, like really this was waterfalls coming out of my eyes. And I just like went with it, you know? It was a nice therapeutic cry. It was so freaking good. So good.
Brie?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I guess my main thing would be, it's not as much of a kid film as I guess people might think. There are some parts that are more adult.
I did not see it, but I did see someone say a similar sentiment of it's not don't bring your kids, but know that it's not just for kids.
Yeah, like you can enjoy it, and I think that's what makes it even more.
I think they're definitely playing to the fact that when we were kids, the first one came out, and now we're the adults.
Ooh.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into full spoilers later.
We'll do that at the end.
But yeah, there's a lot of surprises along the way where you don't realize, like, oh, this is gonna go pretty deep. But with that being said, yeah, I went today, like at 1, and there were some kids there. Only one cried. I was like, yay, atmosphere.
Nice.
That's part of it. Toy Story. So yeah, it was good. It's really good.
We have Jenna James in the chat said, love Toy Story 4, arguably the best film I saw this year.
Wow.
That's quite a statement.
Yeah, we're like more than halfway through the year. People are starting to make their list. I know.
Oh, man. And happy summer solstice, because now we're like, it's officially summer.
Yay.
Right? We're all fanning ourselves. Well,
It's pretty
depending where you
toasty
are.
outside.
Yes. Jenna James said, yeah, it had adult humor similar to the first ones, which I loved. Cool. Nice. All right, number 2.
Wait,
Yes.
who won?
Oh, yes.
The bet.
The bet. As you're, those listening, Amy's
wondering.
like flicking her hair of, oh, really? Who won?
Just wondering.
I think that would be Amy won the bet. Because you bet.
Thank you. 113, 18, 13.
I bet 13, it made 18.
Yeah. So you're the closest. Woo!
Yay!
And Brie
Winning's
was
fun.
next, and I think I was last with the lower number. Frank normally has her numbers.
Oh, yeah. So Frank didn't lose.
Marie watched the clip that from last week, and yeah, I think you were the least, because you said 98, I believe, Carrie.
Okay, yeah.
Frank said 101, and yeah, Amy 113, and I said 128.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go, Amy.
Thanks. I love winning. So it's always
You're all,
a
that's what I
blast,
do.
You know. Yay!
As I
Hope to
flip
win
it.
again.
So that's tying into, if you don't know what we're talking about, we always bet on one movie for the following week of how much it's going to make, and then Amy won. And it's just a prognosticator of all prognosticators.
Yeah, we
You know what it was? That's what we didn't do at the top of the show,
Yeah.
because normally we're led in by Frank, and then we do. Should we do that now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
So we
Okay.
done.
Yay! All right.
'Kay.
Yeah, we're cool like that. Number 2, way lower number, because we were up at the 118, down to 14 million for Child's Play.
Yeah.
That's a pretty low. I mean, at least it got double digits, but that's still pretty darn
True.
low.
Yeah, the rest of the top 5 have double digits somehow,
Yeah,
which
so
is pretty good. I saw Child's Play.
And
They didn't have to bring it as hard as they did.
okay.
So I'm very happy for them. Yeah, there were some surprises along the way. Gabriel Bateman, who's the lead boy in it, we actually had him in the studio for Netflix picks over a year ago, actually, when he did Benji on Netflix. And to see him on the big screen doing his thing, really bringing that like emotional depth to his character, I was like, good for you. So yeah, and Aubrey Plaza being a mom certainly was interesting, but I think that the way that they handled it was pretty good. Chucky, geez, you know, there's certain issues, but it was one of those things I've told you guys, I don't know, I think it was last week, where the last 5-6 movies that I've seen in theaters have really surprised me. So if I think they're going to be amazing, they've really flopped in my mind. Or if they're going to be like, all right, they've been so good.
So you put Child's Play as a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah, I was expecting it to just be like pretty like, ugh.
Would you say then it is different enough from the other films, the OG films, that it kind of is its own entity? Or I heard it has some callbacks a little bit, or is it more just like its own bubble?
Yeah, sure, it has callbacks. It can be its own thing, but you should watch the originals.
OG
this
all
is
the way, but still.
Yeah, the AI aspect of it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that scarier than something supernatural? No.
But
Fair.
I'm super like brave now, you know. I don't know. Horror movies don't scare me as much as they
look
did.
at you.
So.
You've all grown up.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, you guys really have to bring in. Sure, there's some jump scares, blah blah, but the plot as a whole, not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was actually pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bree, you did not see Chucky, right?
Sorry, no, I did not see it.
No, it's all right. Neela J in the chat. I was surprised. I surprisingly liked Child's Play. Very funny. Did you find it funny?
Yeah.
Well,
I always say sometimes horror movies can make the best comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true. I remember Bride of Chucky being very funny.
Oh,
it's just
gosh.
wonderfully absurd.
Oh, I love Bride of Chucky. Those are
Like,
the good
that's
ones.
a sequel that's so fun because it's just so, they're like, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
What
Oh.
is your favorite Child's Play movie? Leave a comment down below. Then we have number 3 coming in the box office. We have Aladdin at $12.2 million. So still holding on there.
Yeah, only dropped 29.5%. Not too
bad.
bad. Yeah, especially with summer. I went into, it was Hot Topic and Box Lunch, which are kind of like the same store. And they have a lot of nice merch for Aladdin.
And is
like,
it
nice.
styled towards the live action or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I think it might have been Box Lunch. If you guys have one, you should go. Not sponsored. But yeah, like they had backpacks and some cooler things. And it's, I don't know, like people are doing a really good job of merchandising nerdy things without it being like just for 5-year-olds, you know?
Smart. Yeah,
So-
sometimes it's just too like,
Kitty, and you're like, geez, no, I'm an adult, you know? But I also
you still
love
wanna
Aladdin.
let your geek
you know?
flag fly.
Exactly. So, yeah. I still like Aladdin.
I still liked it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Nothing's
fun.
changed.
Yeah. Bree, what thoughts on Aladdin? Did you check out Aladdin?
I still haven't gotten a chance to go
It's
see
alright.
it.
It's okay. Let us know what you thought of Aladdin.
Eventually, I will see Aladdin.
I feel it's one of those like it's not like, oh my gosh, it's so good, rush to the theater right now, but it's still one of those. I enjoyed it. It was fun seeing it with an audience on the screen, and
Yeah, like I would say you should go see it in theaters before it leaves
it's very
theaters.
grand.
Yeah, just because it's, especially in an IMAX theater, would be pretty cool.
Makes it feel like you're
I think
there.
that's what I saw it in. Can't remember. But yeah, especially with the music and the surround sound all around you.
Yeah.
The way they used to do that, yeah.
Also, Neela J in the chat, Rwandia Hair says the actor who played Andy did amazing. Hope to see him in more pieces. So back to your comment.
Yeah.
Okay, so agree. Yes. Number 4 in the box office, we have Men in Black International down to 10.75 million. So that's a 64.2% drop. So that's a bit.
Yeah. I wonder if the word of mouth was kind of like, don't worry about it.
Also was competing. I feel like that's also another kind of kid-friendly-ish movie, so it was competing against Toy Story.
Yeah,
I think everyone was going to go see Toy Story over Men in Black.
You know, I'm so bummed about Men in Black International. I think we were just hoping for it to be really, really good.
So is this one of those you were excited and then it was not?
For sure. But I don't know. Some people will pick apart certain things and be like, the acting was crap or whatever. I'm like, if you really come down to it, the script is 90% of it. Like, you know, so if the script isn't good, then how is everything else supposed to really, like, help each other out?
Fair.
Yeah.
I did not see it.
Well, don't worry about it.
I was like, nope, didn't get to check out that one. Number 5, Secret Life of Pets 2, down at 10.29 million. It was a 57.8% drop. So Secret Life of Pets, before we started, Bree's like, wow, it's still in there. We're like, yeah it's still hanging on.
The little
Summer
movie that could. Yeah.
Still another one that we were like, so why do we have the sequel? But if you liked Secret Life of Pets 2, let us know. We're curious of who was like, I want the sequel.
Speaking of sequels, I know, so before today's showing of Toy Story, they were showing, of course, all these other animated movies. And then there's one by Pixar that's coming out. Can't remember what it's called. But Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are voicing some characters. So is Octavia Spencer, actually. Onward, I think is what it's called. And so I heard that Pixar is going to start moving in the direction.
Onward, you're correct.
Onward, cool. Pixar is going to start moving in the direction of coming up with original movies again, not doing sequels. And I was like, yay, good, let's do this again. But with that being said, Toy Story 4 was still amazing.
Abominable? The snowman? There's another one?
Oh.
Is it Abominable?
I don't think that's Pixar. Let me check for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's an animated one that I'm like, I have not heard of this, but it looked really cute.
I thought it already came out.
It's a different one where it's like this girl's father discovers like an abominable snowman kind of like Yeti thing, and it's at their home on like a building in whatever city, and they're trying to get it back to the mountains.
Animated?
Yeah. So same family. I feel like it's one of those. I'm like, it
Yeah.
looks super cute.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a lot of really cool stuff in Soul.
DreamWorks.
Okay.
Soul.
And is it abominable?
Yes, it is Abominable.
That's quite the word to say a lot. But
Yeah.
Joey
Izzard in it, Chloe Bennett.
Yeah, there's a lot of good voices, and
Sarah
it looks
Paulson.
so cute. Like
Sarah Paulson, wow.
we have Jody Petrella in the chat said Trolls 2 looks amazing. I didn't see Trolls 1, but it's on my queue.
Oh, there was a trailer for that today. Yeah.
Did you like it?
I found myself laughing at the trailer.
Okay. It's a good sign?
Yeah, I didn't see the first one. So I was like, no.
It's on Netflix. It's on my queue. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I don't know if it'll ever jump into my queue. But yeah, the trailer for the second one's really good, and it's very music based. Yeah. So if you like the songs, which are pretty well known, then you'll be like, yeah. Nice. At least, the trailer's enjoyable.
Yeah. Then we have, hello, other people joining in. Star Drew asked Littlefoot. No, not that one.
Ooh, we're at the movies now.
Ooh.
A version?
I was like, fancy.
Trailer reaction.
Website videos.
Oh, no, that's all right. Not Littlefoot. That's a completely different thing. Abominable. That's what it's called. It's just called Abominable.
Littlefoot was the one I was thinking about.
Yeah,
before,
so not
right?
that.
Yeah.
But it's similar. That's what I mean. Of like, yes, but that one's more that they talk and do things. In Abominable, I don't think it speaks via the trailer.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the people are like having to take care of it. It looks super cute. Jen James said, haven't seen a DreamWorks film since the final How to Train Your Dragon. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. Black John Smith says the first Trolls is a classic. Okay.
All right.
I can't say yet because I haven't seen it, but gonna check it out. When looking at international numbers now, we have with $120 million start to the international box office, Toy Story 4 came in above pre-weekend industry projections, boosted by terrific performances in Latin America. Okay. And in a like-for-like market, the overall offshore opening tops Incredibles 2, which was last year was about 115 million adjusted. And then domestic global opening for Woody, Forky, Buzz, and the Gang is $238 million. So, oof.
Yeah, definitely a good chunk of change. I feel like, especially it being a fourth
And people
movie.
are still like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not Toy Story fatigue, yes.
Yeah. Well, and also it's been 9 years since Toy Story 3, pretty much.
It's kind of crazy.
Which is, yeah.
Yeah. And then, much like Aladdin, word of mouth should propel the family adventure through summer period. So, Toy Story people telling it.
Go watch it.
And then Aladdin is still going strong. Will Smith's The Magic Carpet Ride is still going strong with another 32.9 million as fifth frame, topping Men in Black International 32. Mm-hmm. And then with that, Aladdin flew past the 500 million offshore and 800 million globally this weekend. So they're making quite the numbers. Also, in other milestone news, Lionsgate's John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, is nearing 300 million global, while Secret Life of Pets is close to 200 million. And
whoa, that's actually not that big of a difference.
Right.
That's only 100. Only
$100 million. You know.
Wow.
Paramount's Rocketman has topped 20 million pounds in the UK to become the biggest non-Disney film of the year there.
Wow.
And the number one British film of 2019. So I wonder if it's there because it's like a local celebrity in comparison to, as in from our country, local celebrity.
Yeah.
Like,
jeez.
maybe.
Yeah, that's actually one I still haven't seen. I don't know.
And for Amy, we're getting the re-release of Avengers Endgame. Amy.
Oh my god!
Oh, yes.
28th.
Speaking of, when we talked about that, Avengers coming back, how is it going to do it? We talked about re-release, and Amy, what happened in recent news?
You know what? I just had to talk to Kevin Feige, and I was like, "Can we bring it back?" And he said yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We have each other's numbers, so we're like the tightest of friends.
You're tight.
Yeah, so it's gonna get re-released. What was the exact date you just gave me?
June 28th.
June
Thank you.
28th. So 5 days from now, guys. So go ahead, plan that out.
With an extra scenes.
Yeah, post a new
10
post-credit footage.
minutes
Yes.
extra, something like that too. Yeah, that's pretty exciting, especially with Far From Home being released just like right after that. So some people are saying like, yeah, it'd be cool, you know, to beat Avatar, which we totally will, guys. We can do this. Hello, Captain America shirt on. Okay. But also just to refresh everyone's mind as to all the heartbreak that we went through, like we need refreshing.
You know.
But go ahead and see it again. I will. Yeah, right before Far From Home. I mean, it just like picks up. It feels like, you know.
I think this will be the boost it needed.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I've heard really great things too about Far From Home. They've been going on press tours, so they went to London, did a bunch of stuff there, and they'll be going to New York, and yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I'm curious to see exactly how Mysterio is gonna do, how Jake Gyllenhaal will do as Mysterio, and just to see. Heck, even in the trailers for Far From Home, Tom Holland really brings it. And his teary-eyed face it just breaks my heart. But I love it.
Have either of you and those watching, listening, seen the meme where it's Spider-Man with essentially middle-aged men that are always a problem later on? Essentially, like, they trust these people and then they betray him. So it's like all the other, like, they have a photo of him with a male authority figure, someone to look up to, and then who later betrays them. And then someone's like, wait, Jake Gyllenhaal counts as middle-aged now? And they felt, right?
Oh my
like,
gosh, no.
I guess he kind of does. And you're like, what?
That's
anyway,
weird.
it's a funny meme of like all them together, and I saw that and I was like, oh, that's... Jake Gyllenhaal's still looking real good, though. I'm curious to see how Mysterio is going to look, because I feel it could go super cheesy very easily.
I mean, based off of the trailers, the fact that they have the fish bowl and it doesn't look bad makes me excited.
This is true.
Yeah.
Then while we're gonna be doing our top 5 selections, but before we do that, so the 2 movies that you can bet on between what we will say how much is gonna make for opening weekend are gonna be Annabelle Comes Home, horror movie from Warner Brothers, opening at 3,500 screens. Decent number. Also, yesterday, the comedy by Universal, 2,600.
And you know about Yesterday, right?
Yeah, it looks. Yeah. I think that was cute, like the Beatles concept.
I've heard great things about it. My friend saw it. She was like, it's so good. Nice. So, yeah. And I have not seen Annabelle Comes Home, but I was at the premiere. Mm-hmm. It was really fun just to see everyone, you know, in that world again. Yeah. They did have a doll at the premiere. It was there. And I know we had Ty Davidson and Russell Ray Silva from Popcorn Talk.
So you can go watch their interviews.
Yeah. And they actually interviewed Annabelle. Very hard to get. I did not get to talk to her. But yeah, it was cool. And also to get to talk to the girls, the young girls doing stuff. And McKenna Grace, who was actually in Captain Marvel. She played young Carol Danvers. She was so excited to be there. And I asked her, you know, like, do you love horror, or like what's the deal? She's like, oh, I love it. And she was just so peppy and happy. Nice. I'm like, you're great. So all of the girls are just so appreciative, you know, to be part of the Controverse, like Frank has baptized it. Yeah, so haven't seen it, but I'm excited to, and everyone was nice. So
cool. So those are the 2 movies. Let us know in the chat which one we should vote on. So again, that's Annabelle Comes Home or Yesterday. So you pick what we vote on, and then the loser's supposed to go see it. Though technically we don't have a time frame on that because there's ones that we've all lost, but we'll get to it eventually.
I mean, like, I always honor my bet.
I do.
Like,
just very, very slowly.
When. I had that list, remember? I started at the beginning. Yeah, I haven't kept up with the list, but I'm trying.
Well, we're letting that simmer. We have all, it sounds like we all saw a couple other movies too. Bree, you mentioned seeing some films that have been out for a little bit, but you just caught up to them.
I went online to HBO and Hulu and caught up on some of my, I guess you could call them action horror flicks. So I watched Sinister 2, which is fun. Not the best movie in the world, but it was fun. I watched The Meg, which actually I was pleasantly surprised by because I thought it was going to be real bad, and I thought it was okay.
It's fun.
And I got my explanation of why the sharks were different sizes in the trailer, so that made me happy. Because that was one of my biggest things, was I was like, this shark just keeps changing in size. And then I saw Rings, which is the 3rd movie in the Ring trilogy.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was fun too. They were all fun enough movies.
You know, they should make a Christmas themed ring movie and call it 5 Golden Rings instead of just rings. I think that would be an interesting take on it. Write that, guys. Yeah, you agree? No. I saw The Conjuring again just in preparation for Annabelle Comes Home, and after seeing all the other like Annabelle movies and the rest of the Conjuring movies, it was actually it was pretty good. It doesn't take away from it being scary or like, oh, I already know what's going to happen. It's still so good because everyone does such a great job. And Vera freaking Farmiga, she's fantastic. She is a scream queen and I love her. But yeah, I've been watching some mini series as well. So if you guys are watching Big Little Lies season 2.
So good.
Oh my God. Meryl Streep. Can we just wow. Necklace acting is a thing. And it's just like, she was so good at it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about and you haven't seen the first season, watch the first season of Big Little Lies, then catch up.
She just proves every single week my theory that she could sneeze and get like an Oscar.
She could. Oh my God. And happy belated birthday, Meryl Streep. We love you. Okay.
Well, that actually made me think of a question, and then we generally ask questions on this show. Leave comments down below. What do you think of it where big screen actors are doing these miniseries, and even the parameters of what defines television is shifted. Yeah. That before it was like, oh my gosh, a movie star's doing TV, but now it's like, no, they want to get in on these miniseries. The new Black Mirror has big name actors in it as well. So I think it's cool because it's nice to see those faces in that space as well. What about you?
Yeah, well, and I remember a while ago, Julia Roberts was in Homecoming. Didn't really get any nominations for anything, but I would imagine that as an actor, that's not your goal. Your goal is like to challenge yourself creatively, and I hope that did that for her. But to see her like in a different kind of way, and of course Meryl Streep, hello. It's just so cool to be able to see them on a smaller screen in something that you've never seen them do before. Because usually, you know, if you see them on a small screen, it's because you're watching a movie and you've already seen it. But it also proves the fact that like TV isn't a lesser medium or anything like that. Like TV and the quality that it's really, you know, come to be is so good that you could put Meryl Streep on TV, and she kills it because it's a good script, good character. That, yeah, it's an honor, honestly, to get to see her every single week. Just, guys, seriously, watch it. I'm obsessed with her.
I haven't gotten into Big Little Lies yet.
So good, Carrie. Like, oh my God. And the music. The music is fantastic. The soundtrack. Yeah.
Bree, do you say pretty much ditto to all that?
Yeah, I like the Conjuring series. I think they're a lot of fun.
Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You're like, Little Lies, Conjuring.
I didn't know which one you were talking
yes,
about.
No, it's all right.
No, Big Little Lies is amazing. I think it's one of the best produced series on television right now.
Also, we had someone mention in the chat they finally caught up to Event Horizon. Well, welcome to the party. That's been out a little while, but that's a good classic horror. She's like, what are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Event Horizon is sci-fi horror, and it's really good. It's a really good one.
Who's in it?
Is it Lawrence Fishburne? I feel is the name, I would have to look it up.
What is it called? Event
Horizon.
That's an interesting name for a horror movie.
It is. But I really like that one. It's a very good show. While you look that up. I have watched not as many movies. Is it Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah.
Thank you. And then what's the other?
Sam Neill.
Thank you. There we go. I was like, I have his face, but not the name. Yeah, what are some, and that's another question, what are some movies that there are plenty of movies that you know and you love, and like, it was super popular, but maybe you just didn't get to it at that time, or it's, depending on your age, it was before or after your time that you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't a thing. That is kind of fun to discover those later. I like that case where you watch a movie where there's different actors in it that now you know who they are and they're bigger and more famous, and you're like, oh hey, it's so-and-so in this like little role, and you're just like, oh, that's kind of fun, because before you might not have known who they were. Just be like, poof, over your head. No, yes, thank you, chat. Everyone's like Sam Neill and Lawrence. Thank you. Yay. No, I've been powering through anime because Anime Expo is in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, which is crazy. So I've been watching a whole lot of shows. So I have watched all of Tanya Saga of Evil, which that movie is really good. I mentioned it before, I think, on this show. Really, really good. I've seen all of Ancient Magus Bride. Also watching Rising of the Shield Hero. Watched Yuri on Ice. I feel there's more I watched, but that's some of it. Also, what was it? I wanted to mention, because I just watched the trailer. Have you watched the trailer for Scary Stories to Tell After Dark?
No.
The trailer for that is out, and it's so good. So it's based on the book, and Del Toro's attached to it, and it looks really good. Yeah. It has a little bit of Goosebumps vibe, because they find a book with the stories, and it kind of brings them to life, and which is really cool. But a little bit of an It vibe, too, because it looks like these kids exploring and trying to figure things out as well. Let me know if you've seen the trailer of Scary Stories to Tell After Dark, if you like it. And also, I highly recommend the documentary on it, because it's a book, and there's a documentary because they tried to ban the book because the images are too scary for children, even though it's folktales, and it's very interesting. It's a very good documentary. So Scary Stories to Tell After Dark documentary. Yeah. And then the movie's coming out this summer in August of bringing them to life. Yes, thank you. There we go. All right. The other thing, too, I want to mention, I saw Slaughterhouse Rules, which is a new horror comedy, and that one is, there we go. I'm like, what is it? Yeah, Michael Sheen's involved, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and it's like this posh British school and monsters. That's about as much as I want to tell you, because I don't want to spoil it. But It's a fun horror comedy. It is quirky. There's the humor can be fun and quirky and very British. But I thought it was really fun. Just something a little more off the beaten trail. And so Slaughterhouse Rules. I'd recommend checking that one out. It's on VOD, so that's how you can check that one out.
Nice.
All right, cool. So let's get into what are our votes? What's our tally?
I'm so it's 50-50 chance.
Oh,
it's
really?
Gonna be Annabelle or yesterday. Oh gosh. What?
Is it really 50-50 still?
I think from what I've seen, it's Annabelle.
Okay.
No, I meant
I don't think I've seen any votes for yesterday. There might have been a couple, but I know I've seen at least 2 for Annabelle.
Okay. Put in your votes, everybody. You're all like...
Yesterday's the Beatles one.
Also, Jen James mentioned Attack on Titan. We do have an after show for that as well on our AfterBuzz network, so check that out. Also watching When They Cry, which is also on AfterBuzz. Looking. Are we seeing that?
Yeah, I feel like Annabelle Comes Home might be second. I think Toy Story is going to stay number 1. So it's going to be Toy Story 4, Annabelle Comes Home, Child's Play, Aladdin, Yesterday. I just gave my top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just... so pretty much you only put in... Annabelle
and
second.
Yesterday 5th.
And then bump Secret Life Pets out.
Yeah, and Men in Black.
And Men in Black.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Yesterday will even make it, but maybe.
I would like it too because it looks adorable. You know, I'll take that, but I'll bump Aladdin to 5 and Yesterday is number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Cute. All right, so I guess Annabelle 1.
Yay.
And then we'll do that as our number 2.
Okay.
So we are betting on what we think Annabelle is going to make, which we both think it's number 2.
Yeah.
Horror movie, 3,500 screens. It's a big franchise. Horror movies generally make a lot of money. I know, right? We're all like,
well, because now there's... Brie, are you gonna play?
I'll vote. I will play.
Okay, so now there's a 33% chance that one of us will lose.
Did you just do the math to find out the exact percentage, or do you just know that?
I know, because it's like 33.33333.
oh, wait,
Smart
what
guys.
is it?
Oh, well, so we each have a 33.333% of losing or winning. Actually, no, it's 60. Okay, math is weird.
All right, I just picked a random
Well,
number.
oh my gosh, no.
What?
Okay, wait.
I mean, it might be less.
Opening weekend for Annabelle Creation was 35.
Changing my number.
Eesh. Okay. All right. I don't know.
Okay, you know what?
Okay. I don't know.
Phone's down. Bree, do you have your vet?
Yeah, I have mine.
Okay.
All right, Bree, go for it.
I'm gonna say 28 million.
Okay.
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 Amy?
Hey, where'd it go? Okay. 33.
33?
Yeah?
26.5.
No. No. I don't think that's right.
All
Go see the movie, guys. It's going to be fantastic. You should go see it.
So let us know how much you think Annabelle is going to make. So we got our 26.5, 33, 28 in the booth.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Star Drew also said 28. Neil Hutchinson says 28.5.
Whatever, guys. Whatever.
Yash says it could do 50 million if it gets good word of mouth. Ken Jack says 31. Jen James says 35.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, we're betting on Annabelle Comes Home if somebody was asking. All right, well, we'll see on that one.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Also, speaking of, there we go. Our top 5. Do you want to do spoilers for the last little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Spoiler alert!
Not just a second, but
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Too late. It's already going.
I know it's already going.
We can just
But
pop them in there.
We
We'll
want
say
to
our
let
names.
everybody know. So we're gonna wrap things up right now. So if you are listening, watching after this point, which we'll let you know, we're gonna talk spoilers on the movies that came out over the weekend. So if you didn't catch them, tune out at that point. But where can they find you, Amy, online?
You guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. And you guys can find me, thank you, on Geek Bomb. I don't really talk about it, but I should. I do stuff on Geek Bomb and at Geek Bomb.
Yay.
At like social media, like
That's
the
awesome.
handle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I watch your videos. They're fun. And
Thank
she
you.
narrates them, too.
Thank you.
Different ones. Some are narrated and some are on camera. Yeah. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And also, if you can't make it to Anime Expo, my exciting news, I am going to be one of the live stream hosts there. So you can watch it live. And myself, as well as the rest of the team, will be bringing you all that action live. So yeah, it's very exciting. I'm super excited. And Brie, where can people find you online?
You guys can find me at Bri, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram.
Sweet. All right, so now tune out. If you don't want spoilers, this is where you need to go away. But if you want spoilers, stay with us. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. All right. I didn't see the movie, so go for it. Of what's something...
Which one?
You saw Toy Story. Let's do Toy Story, because Brie, you saw Toy Story, right?
Yeah, I saw Toy Story.
Then you both
are
can
you
chat.
sure?
Yes, that's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll say it like really quickly. The part where Buzz tells Woody like she's gonna be okay. Everyone's thinking like, oh, okay, he's talking about Bo. No. Then he says Bonnie will be okay. And when he comes to that realization that it's time for him to move on and be a lost toy, Woody, like that's his time. Like waterworks. That's where it got me. It was
You
the
didn't
same.
think that he was talking about Bonnie? I thought he was talking about Bonnie.
It wasn't like, it was maybe 5 seconds where I was like, Bo, okay, sure. But I was like, he's not gonna. But the moment that like Buzz, someone who's been so much like attached to Woody, and everyone's been like, Woody, what should we do? What? These are all the toys. For him to be like, Bonnie's gonna be okay is also like, we're gonna be okay. And it wasn't even so much of a surprise. It was just like, whoa, that cut deep. It reminded me of Bing Bong in Inside Out.
Sure.
When he's like, keep going, and then bam, it's like, wow. It was just...
Got deep real fast.
Yeah. And I think that the way that everything lined up, because, you know, growing up with Toy Story and, you know, like the kid part and like going to college and all of that was just so perfectly timed with my life that now it's like, you know, like what could be so perfect? Like what? And the fact that it was like, you know, finding out what you really want to do and maybe like taking that leap of faith and like moving or becoming a lost toy or whatever, or, you know, even like giving his voice box up for someone so that they can have a happy like experience like he did, and then helping these toys find their kids. It's just so good. It's so good. And you think like, oh, it's gonna be sweet, but no, like it's, kids will appreciate it, kids will find it hilarious, but adults will also really love it. And I think that was something that I can always count on Pixar to do that, and I really appreciate that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Brie?
Yeah, I thought, same as Amy, I thought it was such a good film. It was hilarious, too.
Yeah.
Like, Key and Peele, oh my God.
Oh,
Dead.
Yes.
Dead. Like, the plush rush that they do, where they're, like, basically trying to kill this woman. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I died laughing in the theater with them. And then also, I thought Tony Hale did such a good job as Forky. Like, we were all, I think, like at some point you made something really creepy looking as a kid and you loved it, probably.
Yeah.
I did, definitely. And to have like this being not believe he's a toy and just keep trying to get to the trash can.
It's so cozy.
And Woody having to like die trying to stay awake to keep this spork out of the trash can because Bonnie loves him so much.
That's so sweet.
But also the sweetness of like helping him realize why he needs to be there for Bonnie and why he can't just go in the trash can, even though the trash can feels safe and warm to him, that he is that safe, warm thing for Bonnie. And I thought that was a really sweet moment. But Tony Hale just does like these awkward, like he does the same thing on Arrested Development, like these awkward kind of characters so well. And I thought it was such a fun, and I was laughing, it was sentimental, it was emotional, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
It's everything you want from a movie. Yeah, and it looked beautiful too. And Bo Beep's arc, oh, she's fantastic, rock star. Really quickly, Child's Play.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so there were some issues with the plot. When people die and you don't really care about them, or you don't like them and you want them to die, you're like, that's annoying. But there was one death where you're like, no, please don't kill her, Chucky, don't do that. And then he does, and you're like, that one hurt. Cool, this is something different. Yeah, like the kids were just okay. I think Gabriel Bateman did a really good job. Like, when I mean okay, I mean like their story arcs themselves, like each character. But yeah, I think as a whole they did a good job. Aubrey Plaza really brought it, especially at the end. Like it gets bloody and dirty, pretty much what you expect from a horror movie, especially with Chucky and like the little knife. But yeah, that was fun. It just could have been so much better. There's something about horror movies that I miss them being nitty and gritty and dirty and disgusting, and you're like sticky, you know, blood everywhere, gore. And this was still too clean for me. And maybe that's just because they focus on like the quality of the film or whatever, you know, like the way it looks. But you shouldn't. Like, don't worry about everything being perfectly lit, but also don't make it like obviously dark. Oh, look, it's scary. No, just make it more realistic. But the fact that it's so AI based was pretty interesting. And then like other toys come into play, other versions of Chucky. Those like, yeah, it worked and it was weird. And when there was blood, it was cool. Could have used way more blood, way more
Always
deaths.
more, right? Yeah.
Yeah, deaths that like actually meant something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not to go back to go back to Toy Story for a second, because people in the chat keep asking what we thought of Keanu.
Oh my gosh, so good.
I thought he was just okay.
What?
I actually kept picturing in my head that I really wanted it to be John Hamm doing the voice for some reason.
No, there's something. I don't know. Maybe it's just his character in not Mad Men, like many would think, but in Bridesmaids. So like, unfortunately, when I think of him being like funny or like weird, I think of that character in Bridesmaids, and he was so unlikable. I know that's not, well, actually, I don't know if that's him or not, but I don't think that's him. And so if I imagine him in that role, I'd be like, ugh. But there's something about Keanu himself that I'm like, oh, he's so sweet. So him playing Duke Kaboom, right?
Yeah, Duke Kaboom.
Just like a sweet Canadian guy that was just trying to, you know, do the best tricks and stuff, and he's just not as good as a commercial. Like that really hurt.
I didn't think he was bad. I just like didn't think he was amazing. I don't know. I literally ever since I saw the figure, I was like, oh, I think that should be John Hamm. I don't know why that popped in my head when in the theater, but it did.
For you guys that have seen it, what did you think? Would you have preferred John Hamm, or were you like, yes, Keanu, like me? But yeah, that would have been interesting if it was John Hamm. But I like how he like poses in all those different positions. Yeah, that you could see in the trailer. Yeah, I know a lot of people use some memes with those poses. Pretty funny.
I would also add, because somebody else was pointing out we didn't talk about Anna. So Anna only opened at $3.5 million their opening weekend. So that definitely did not make the top 5. I feel that was one that kind of didn't hear anything about it. Yeah. I saw the trailer. It looked pretty cool. Just haven't been able to get to the theater to catch it out. So
you guys are the first ones I heard about it from. And then I heard it on the radio.
You heard it here. No,
yeah.
Cool, nice.
I still don't think I've seen any promotion for it.
It was on Hulu that I saw the ad for it that I was like, oh yeah, cool, that looks fun. But otherwise, yeah, I didn't hear anything about it. Anthony, we did horror movie news show, R.I.P. And he really liked it. He tweeted about it that he thought it was fun. So I was like, oh cool. I'm like glad to hear it because it looks fun of assassin style movie. Like I'd be curious to see it to see what new things it brings. But like from the trailer, I go check the boxes of cool, it looks good. If like I'd check it out, but it's not like I'm gonna rush. Because yeah, I went to Solstice Day events yesterday and then saw Slaughterhouse Rules. But otherwise, I didn't get to the theaters. Yeah. Or I'm power watching all my anime to get ready for Anime Expo. Yeah. Catching up on all the shows.
It's a lot.
Too many things. Yes, all the things. All right, any other movies or anything else?
No. I'm excited. I'm excited for more horror movies the rest of this year.
Yes.
Midsommar.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It looks intriguing.
The music. The score. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Jordan Peele even saw it. He was like, whoa. So, not exactly like
Did you see the news and gossip that Jordan Peele was thinking of doing Gargoyles?
I think so.
They've been talking about that for a little while. Then I'm like...
I mean, I trust Jordan Peele with anything.
I do, but I really would hope they do them as much practical effects as possible, because if we do it all computer animated, Beauty and Beast...
I mean,
that's
like really... apples and oranges, though. It's Jordan Peele.
This is true. But you could do a mix where, like, how they do... Like, the best example is when you have as much practical effects as you can, and then you do the digital effects to do that last little bit. Like, in Hellboy, Abe Sapien, like, his whole helmet and all who he is practical effects, but they didn't have enough mechanic space to make his eyes blink. They did that digitally, which I'm like, perfect. Like, that's where they can complement each other instead of, like... dominating and ruining the other one. So
Gargoyles. If you guys want to continue talking about movies too, you can let us know in the comments down below which movies you're excited to see the rest of this year.
This is true. We have some stuff coming out.
It Chapter 2.
That trailer looks good. Oh, and they show that little bit of a scene too.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, get out of that house now. I'm like, no, get up and leave. Get up and leave. Like, I don't know why she's still like, I'm just gonna sit here and be polite. Well, no, girl.
And she's so creepy. She's just kind of like,
I love that.
Dead.
That's
Yeah.
one of those like little old lady thing, and she does such a good job.
Yeah.
I just like staying there, and then the like in the background.
yes.
Brie, are you excited about the new It?
Yeah, I'm really excited for the new It. I loved the first one that the remake. I loved the first one with Tim Curry, and I love this new one. I just love horror films.
They're great.
I do too.
So I'm really
I'm
excited to
excited.
see that. I'm excited for Annabelle.
Yeah.
Excited for
Alright.
all the stuff.
Sweet. Let us know. We've asked you lots of questions, talked about lots of things. Leave comments down below. Click that thumbs up button. There we go. We didn't do that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So thumbs up. Can you reach? There we go. Yep. Yay! Do all the thumbs. Click the subscribe button. And, if you're on iTunes, give 5 stars because 1 through 4 just don't work. Let us know what you thought about the show down below and continue that discussion. Amy, where can they find you online?
On all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ and on Geek Bump.
I know we mentioned it before. We're bringing it back.
Again.
So, Bree, where do they find you?
You guys can find me at Bri, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram.
Nice. And I'm Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Frank, we miss you. He'll be back. Don't worry, everybody. All right, we'll see you all next week. Let's go to the movies.
Go see Annabelle.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.